Dauntless launches its Evolving Wilds update based on community feedback. The guy talking right now sounds a lot like James Blonde. Tera throws out a counterpunch with the male brawler class, and say goodbye Paragon, but hello assets. What's up guys, James Blonde here with a weekly recap for gaming news and announcements of the week, March 23rd, 2018. And yeah, surprise, I'm back and on MMOHuts. I just couldn't take it any longer. I missed you guys and I felt the constant urge to spew gaming news at random people. It was a bit odd. But truthfully, it's been a really rough year and a half. But for those of you who know, my son is doing fantastic. He's pretty much a normal baby now, even though he's got one more major heart surgery coming up this May. So even though I've got a lot of other life stuff going on, I really wanted to get back into making videos for you guys. News videos for now, but we'll see what happens later on. So let's get started. Kicking off the news this week is an announcement from Bless Online that it's going to be coming to Steam Early Access platform in a couple of months. This May, in fact. This announcement is also coupled with the confirmation that Bless Online's business model will in fact be buy-to-play, meaning that it will not require the subscription fee, but of course the one-time access everything fee. The game is planned to also include an in-game store, but rest assured that it will only offer the cosmetic, pets, and mounts that give services and boosts. Nothing intended to make the game pay to win, thankfully. As another reminder, Magic the Gathering's Arena's closed beta just had its non-disclosure agreement lifted this past Thursday, March 22nd, allowing and encouraging players to stream and share their content and gameplay. A new update is also planned for MTG Arena's closed beta, including allowing more players in, with 100,000 more closed beta access codes, new starting collections that include 10 pre-constructed decks, and the addition of the Amonkhet and Hour of Devastation cards to the game. This update will also have a wipe, unfortunately, for all current accounts, to ensure proper testing of the new starting collections. So, makes sense. In more CCG-related news, a new expansion is coming to Duelyst next week. The Trials of Mithron expansion, due on March 27th, will add 100 new cards and a new Intensify mechanic, which will grant certain cards a stacking effect to make player actions more powerful each time they're cast for the duration of the game. This expansion is also introducing a new card rarity, Mithron. New Trial and Destiny cards will also change the flow of the game in this expansion. These new cards will have special conditions called Trials that must be met to be played, and a Destiny effect that, once the card has been played, will permanently augment the remainder of that match. Sounds interesting. From the looks of things, there's going to be plenty more content in the works. Check out their official website for more spoilers. Next up, Dauntless Evolving Wilds update goes live. Heavily based off of community feedback, the update reworks the game's primary axe weapons, generally improving their mechanics with new attacks and combos that reward players who take the time to actually learn how to use them properly. The Shrike and Moonreaver behemoths are both receiving reworks as well, changing their behaviors and attacks to make them more difficult to fight. In addition to the behemoth changes, war pikes are being added for every behemoth in the game, giving players yet another weapon to conquer the Shattered Isles with. If you thought you were having issues getting around in the game before, don't worry. Adventuring the Shattered Isles will feel brand new with new ether vents and improved traversal to make exploration that much easier. On a similar note, Tera Online released its Counterpunch update this past week, and with it comes the highly anticipated addition to the game, the Male Brawler class. Once restricted to just female humans, players can now become male brawlers with their own unique animations, but the same raw power as their female counterparts. The new Counterpunch update also brings back a rebalanced version of the popular Ruinous Manor dungeon, introduced battleground leaderboards, and brings about a host of events to celebrate the release of this update. Check out the site link in the description below for more information on these events and to ensure you're geared up for the punchline of this update. Ouch. For all the Star Trek fans out there, Star Trek Online announced its fourth major expansion that pays homage to Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Entitled Victory is Life, the expansion will launch on PC this June and at a later date for consoles, of course. Players will continue to explore episodic content from Star Trek's most popular series and films, giving captains the chance to discover the new Jim Hadar playable faction, and 6 new episodes featuring several Deep Space Nine crew members, voiced by the original actors, of course. The new playable faction will start at level 60 with a variety of completed reputations, specialization trees, duty officer tracks, and R&D progress. The Victory is Life expansion also introduces an increased level cap of 65, a new queue, added progression system, and the brand new sector battle zone that pits players against each other in a war to save the Gamma Quadrant. And it looks like Revelation Online is also receiving an expansion called First Contact, which will offer players even more cross-server excitement. Players can work towards rivaling each other in cross-server battles for arenas, battlegrounds, and soon after, auction houses and guild tournaments. The game modes that will initially allow for cross-server conflict are Arenas, 10v10 Darkwood Vale, 20v20 Iron Precipice Blitz, and 30v30 Machinist Gauntlet. A new server, Emoleon, will be opening as well, so players can forge new friendships or spark new rivalries before they decide to join in on the server warfare. Yet another expansion on the way is Skyforge's Overgrowth expansion, which is slated for release sometime in April. The expansion will include a new class for players to unlock, the Grover Walks. Huh. But my son would like that because it sounds a lot like Sesame Street. These Grover Walks are highly proficient mages that wield nature magic. Grover Walkers might seem nimble and graceful, but make no mistake, these mages can call upon living armor to transform into a massive frontline tank when needed. Okay, that's kind of cool. Overgrowth will also allow players to rediscover Alien through reworked story missions and a new challenge system while welcoming back Tessa, the goddess of flowers. And finally, as many of you guys already know, Fortnite and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds are both looking to leave their mark on the mobile gaming scene. PUBG Corporation has partnered with Tencent to work on the mobile port, and so far, the reception has been extremely positive, which is surprising, because, you know, it's on a mobile device. But whatever. Reports even suggest that mobile version of PUBG is running smoother at launch than its Xbox One counterpart. Okay, that's not surprising. Fortnite, in contrast, has stalled slightly out of the gate. The game is in closed beta on iOS devices, with the Android version of the game arriving at an unspecified time later this year. Epic Games' Nick Chester told Forbes that we want to make sure that Android players have a great experience. So, you know, we're taking a little bit more time to get it right. Also getting it right, I found this pretty cool, that despite closing down Paragon to focus more on Fortnite, Epic Games is planning on releasing over $12 million in Paragon assets for free to anyone that wants to use them. These include 20 AAA quality characters, their skins, animations, visual effects, dialogue, not to mention over 1,500 environmental components. Now, to be honest, it would be really legit if some developers would just pick up the whole thing and revive the game, but, you know, at the very least, it'll be cool to see what comes out of it. Anyway, guys, that's about it for all the major news and announcements this week. Like always, thanks for your support. It's great to be back. But for more information on the news topics, check the links in the description below. Feel free to discuss the news and more news in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. But until next time, guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.